evening. Hello, welcome. Thursday evening spinning stream. How you doing? How's your week been? Not been bad for me. We broke a record today. We always have to talk about the weather, but today was a record breaker. We got 2 inches of rain. Excuse me, I have something to deal with here. And we got 2 inches of rain that broke the record, and the record was 150 years old, back in the 1800s. So it rained and rained and rained and rained all day. All right, I am going to do some spinning this evening. I have my aura out, and it's right here. I have a lap full of fiber. I have to find the end on this and kind of get it into wind it into a ball. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Here's an end. That's what I'm going to be doing. Hello. Hello. Sign in. Your name is a bit of a concern. So tell me you are not a spammer, and you can stay. Oh, I got little pieces everywhere here. Goodness gracious. There's the end. Nope. Huh. Okay, this is fiber that I was trying to use to teach my grandson how to spin. And so, you're a spinner. I am so pleased, and I apologize. But you know, your name just gave me a little bit of concern. So thank you for letting me know, and you knit and crochet, and now you get the grand welcome. I saw your follow. That's why I was kind of looking for your name to pop up, because I saw it during the week that you followed. So feel free to tell me, what do you spin on? Do you have a wheel? What's your favorite thing to spin? I am working on Romney. This is Romney. This is an Aura spinning wheel, and I like it because of the big bobbins. And I am making a plying bobbin. I am making a bobbin that will go with this to ply. And as you can see, there are multiple colors there. So I wanted kind of a neutral tone, something I could put with all these colors, and that's what this bobbin's for. You have an electric eel. Okay. You don't have a favorite fiber, but you love silk blends. Yes. Silk is wonderful. Silk's, let's see. I like it mostly mixed in, with fibers, with the wools and stuff. I have spun silk hankies, and I have spun Tusa, the straight silk, 100% silk. I have tons of these little bits, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these little bits first. And let's see if I can get my wheel. There we go. I think maybe the music might be just a tad too loud. Put down just a tad. I spent a good part of today, when I wasn't doing other stuff around the house and had a little bit of time to do some crafting, I spent a lot of time plying today. I have a Nano, okay? I have the little tiny Nano. And I had 4 Nano bobbins, so that was a quick ply. One was just a white um, cordell, and the other was a prepped fiber somebody else had. I had gotten from somebody else that was a white fiber with green sparkles in it. The Firestar was green. They were put up as roll logs, and they were really nice to spin. I had one that had, a couple packs that had the green and a couple packs that had the red. It was a Christmas thing. It was called Holiday something or other. I don't know. So, I applied those 2 bobbins for that green. What else did I apply? Oh, a big Aura bobbin of the white Cordell that I had done into bats myself. I had made bats, and that's what I was out of a. It was a fleece that I had purchased a while ago and washed up, and this is the last of it. You're spinning created by LCBs. January color of the month on Falkland. How nice. I have not heard of this person. I will Google that and check it out. I like, is it pink? Oh no, it's January. Hi, knitter. It's a January color. So it's like slate gray, ice blue. I'm just guessing. What fun to have colors by the month. How are you, knitter? It's Moody Blues, and it has some pops of purple and green. Boy, that sounds nice. Yeah, that sounds real nice. I'm Googling it right now. Unfortunately, I have the chat set up that I'm the only person who can put in links because of spammers. Oh, what a cute website. It's got a sheep covered in colors. Yeah. Polworth is next. Ooh. Oh, I see what she's doing. She's using the color wheel. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Boy, this is lovely. All right, I'm going to paste, copy. Okay. I'm going to put her link in here. Maybe. Remember how to do it. There you go. Check it out, knitter. And unfortunately, anybody else that comes on later probably won't see the link. But what a lovely website, and what a beautiful use of colors. I'm all into that. Just came back from Monterey, California on the water. Oh my gosh. California. How wonderful. That sounds lovely. Did you have good weather? I hope so. I hate traveling and dealing with bad weather. I sign in, I would say that, I have had favorite dyers, and most of them are out of business. Um, Natural Obsessions was one. She's out of business. Um, Painted Tiger might still be. I liked her stuff. She might still be doing something. Let me see. But oh, that's not it. I tend to buy at a fiber fair, and they are sometimes dyed by the person, but there she is. Is she still in business? Can't tell. Yep, she's doing her subscriptions. She does sock yarn, lace yarn. Okay, Painted Tiger. Here's another one. I'll put her on too. Let's just do a little enabling here. At the fiber fairs that I've been to, let's see, who was it that was I liked? Deep dyed fibers, and I can't think of anybody else right now, but I know there's more, but I just can't think of their names. But yeah, I tend to do my shopping at fiber fairs instead of online. These websites that they're using are just fantastic for showing the colors and everything, though. That used to be a real concern, and I guess the computer software has just gotten so good, and the screens have gotten so good that they're pretty true to color. This is just wonderful to spin. It's, of course, it's commercially processed, 100% Romney. It really is. And I am purposely spinning it thin worsted as opposed to woolen. Two different ways to spin, and I'm doing it intentionally worsted because what I'm going to apply it with is also spun worsted, so I wanted them both to be the same. And I will get a lot more yardage out of it that way too. I was doing a little bit of updating to put my yarns in Ravelry and make sure I had my information written down in the spinner's journal, and I have spun like 8 skeins of yarn since January 1st. I get quite a bit of spinning done. It's you know, except for plying, which is a different. I'm not putting plying time in this estimate, but the actual just spinning is pretty much about 5 to maybe 6 hours a week. If I only do it on stream, it's 4 hours. And I do try to get an hour or two block in another day, a third day. Hi, Miss Bandit. I am doing good. How are you this evening? We had a very, very rainy day. I didn't do anything outside. I didn't even go out on the porch. I did Wednesday. It was spring-like. It was beautiful. In the 70s. Sunshine. So Hubby and I spent some time on the porch yesterday. And he grilled out. He grilled the meat. So that was good. But winter's coming back, so that was just our little spring break. You had a problem at work, Mass Bandit, and needed to come home after only half your shift. I'm sorry to hear that. You got sent home early the other day because it was so slow. So I hope you're okay and it's nothing urgent. I tell you, it's hard when you have to work and you just don't feel like it. You know? Alright, I have all these little bits here that I'm using up. Yeah, I did. I was trying to teach my grandson how to spin, and he was just not doing well. And we were ending up with, this kind of thing where it was twisted all the way down through the roving. So I'm trying to rescue it. He hung in there pretty good. I mean, he's 11, and it's frustrating when you're a kid and you want it to just happen, right? You just want it to work, and it doesn't sometimes that way. That's good. I'm glad you're all right. I hope you get a good rest this evening, and tomorrow's another day. You should be off tomorrow if you're still working every other day like you were. I do know things change. It's been a while since I've asked you what you've been working. You have grad school homework to do, so every other day is all your leg will handle. I can't drive if I work 2 days in a row. Ooh, ouch. Yeah. Yeah, that it's good. It's good you can get that to work for you that way. Those of you who sign in being new to the stream, let me tell you, I don't talk all the time. Um, it's just all about me spinning. I do other crafts on Tuesday mornings. Cross stitch has been a big one that I've been doing. I am knitting. I have always got a knitting project going. Um, so, and then Thursday evenings I spin, and Sunday afternoons I spin. Hi, Guitar Nut. Welcome back. It's been a little bit. How are you this evening? Okay, Raz Bandit. That's being very, very wise that you don't drive if you know that you really shouldn't be. Um, there's people who wouldn't let that stop them, and that's so dangerous for everybody. Okay, let's see. I gotta move my thing here. So, Guitar Nut, how is your spinning going? You still enjoying it? You did a chain ply on your first spin. I think I can't tell. Did you post a picture? I can't remember if I saw that or not on Snoring Cat. But that's hard to start with. Why did you choose that instead of the 2-ply? Because you only had one bobbin? Probably because you only had one bobbin, right? Came out pretty bad. Oh, yeah. But you know what? They say, they being the, spinning community, say always save your first yarn that you spin. Because you will get better so much quicker, you won't believe it, right? But that's what they say, so by all means. Chain plying is fun. I love doing it, but it's like rubbing your tummy and patting your head, There's a lot going on at the same time. But I like the way the yarn feels. It's round instead of flat. I really like the way that it feels. The disadvantage of chain plying is it eats up your yardage. So if you 2-ply and get 100 yards, if you chain ply, you'll probably get about 80 yards. So, you lose more when you chain ply. Go figure, but you do. So there's always less of it. You did a chain ply onto a ply ball, so it was easier to separate the things to do. Okay. I do have a Discord. I will post it. I will. Just a minute. I'll post the link. As soon as I don't want to let go of this piece of fiber. You're having consistency issue on your short forward draw. Oh, okay. Well, Come on, it's a learning thing. You'll be all right. Just keep loving it. My Discord's not very active. I'm terrible about posting what I'm working on. I have a thing in there for current projects, and I'm terrible about posting on it. I have a thing called spinning, a thread, it's really a thread, called Spinning Memories. If you want to post it there, you can post it wherever you want, but, it's definitely a memory because it's your first, right? Yes, absolutely, sign in. Let me see if I can let me see if this works. Now, let me click this link and make sure it goes, and it's in, yep. You'll go right to it, general. Okay. Link is good. Yep. Everybody's welcome. And maybe if we get more people, I'll get busy and post more too. Oh, no, I guess you can't post. Mass Bandit, I have taken away all posting of links except for me because problem with spammers. I apologize, but thank you for trying. Tarnet says, so zen, you love spinning. That's, I love the fiber. I never get tired of what is this yarn going to look like? Looking at the fiber and just, what is this yarn going to look like? It's all so organic that I love that part of it, right? I just love that part of it. But I am to the point now where I have so much handspun yarn. I have to do more with it. And I don't buy commercial yarn. I do buy sock yarn because of Sock Madness. I do buy that. But I don't buy any other commercial yarn, and I have all sorts of... I went down memory lane today. We have a real bizarre discussion going on, Pubby and I, because I went to the dentist. They told me that the tooth that I got some work done on, I was supposed to come in last August, and she said she looked up in the computer while the little assistant was sitting there beside me, and she looked it up in the computer. She said I was supposed to have had that work done August 22nd last year, and that I canceled. And I cannot, I told my husband, I said, did we go out of town? Do you remember doing that? Because he has a better memory than I do. And we didn't remember going out of town. We knew it was during the state fair. And it has just been driving me crazy because I cannot imagine why I canceled. I still don't know. But what I did was I checked, I upload you may not know, but I upload my streams to YouTube. And I went and found one that I had done on the Sunday before that, August 22nd, and I listened to the whole thing. You know, it was kind of fun. It was a nice little memory refresher, and you know what? It told me of two things that, you know, I could do with handspun yarn that I've been thinking about doing. One is to make a rug so that I have a prettier color underneath my feet here for the camera out of the handspun yarn, you know, out of the bulky. And yeah, I've already forgotten what the other one was. But that was just kind of nice to listen to it. I rarely do that. I hardly ever listen to the I call them podcasts. I'm sorry, they're not podcasts, they're streams. I hardly ever listen to the streams once I'm done. Alright, that's all the little bits. This fiber came from Solitude Wool, comb top, which is supposed to be good for worsted, like I'm doing. 4 ounces. Loudoun County, Virginia. That's where it's from. It's nice. It's not super soft. You know, it's not merino soft. It has just a really nice, this is wool feel. Right? It's not real bristly or whatever. They always, they again, the spinning community's word of advice if you're a brand new spinner is to try Romney. And I can see why, especially if it's like this, commercially processed. Not, you know, if you're going to buy a fleece and you buy a Romney fleece, you may be doing good and you may not be doing good, because that all depends on how long the staple length is on the fleece, how well it washes up, if you have the right tools to process it. So, you know, buying it from the fleece isn't the advice. The advice is to buy the wool already processed. And in my area, where I live here, it's almost impossible to find a raw Romney fleece. They just don't raise them here in this area, so I don't see them at the fiber fairs. You bought, Guitar Nut says, I bought about 12 ounces to practice on, and I'm planning to go to the Carolina Fiber Fest. Ooh, when is that? I hope there are some folks there and classes that you can take to help fix some of the problems. Yeah. Is that Asheville? You're not near Asheville. We talked about that. But where's the Carolina Fiber Fest? I have been to Asheville, and I went to Asheville to go to SOAR. No, not SOAR. SAF. That's where SAF is, and I've been there twice. So it's not too bad. We have to stay over. I mean, it's not a day trip by any means. It's a couple days trip for us, but it's not bad. It's in Raleigh. Yeah, it's called SAF. South. Uh, it's SAFF, Southern Agricultural Fiber Fair, or something like that. And it's in, yeah, it's in Nashville. That's in the fall. You'll find help, I'm sure, even if it's just somebody in a booth. Of course, booth people are busy and very distracted, so a class is better. But one of the things, here's a hint, find a booth that has spinning wheels for sale. Tell them you're interested in trying spinning wheels. Take some fiber with you, so they don't have to provide you with fiber. And as they give you tips about how to work their specific spinning wheel, you're getting some really good help on how to spin. Carolina Fiber Fest. Okay. March 10th. Oh, that's soon. Yay. March 10th and 11th. Huh. We're going to Florida. Huh. We're going south that time. I may have to look into this. Little pit stop on the way, yes. Oh, I'm terrible that way. But you know, I've always laughed because and told hubby it's just like there's no yarn stores on our route. You know, we go through Nashville, we go through Chattanooga, we go around Atlanta. We have gone through it, but we usually go around it. And I never find a single yarn store. Of course, I'm not really looking. It's a day and a half drive for us to go down to Florida anyway. So, you know, stopping isn't usually something we do. We can do it now more that we're retired. We're not on a strict vacation schedule anymore. So that's a little more of an option than it used to be. That's going to be coming up here pretty quick, our trip. I won't be streaming during that time. Oh man, I am loving this spin. This is a treat after that crappy Corridel. I am excited about Tour de Fleece. I love challenging myself. Haven't found any specific goals or anything yet. I mean, I haven't really. Usually I don't. Usually I spin every day, and I love watching the tour, so I try and watch it too, you know, while I'm spinning. But other than that, I don't usually make a specific goal. One year I did a sweater spin, which meant I spun um, quite a bit of yarn, enough supposedly for a sweater. I don't know if it would or not, but I think it was 1,600 yards or something like that. It was a lot of spinning. It took me, and I did get it done, but it was hard. It took me, that's all I did during the tour. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. In fingering or sport, oh, this was definitely DK Aaron. It was not spun thin. And it just depends on if I want a cardigan and I want long sleeves and it just depends what I want. Vests are easier, and I tend to like vests better just because if you're putting on something to go out and you have your coat on all the time, I kind of like the vest better than the sweater with sleeves. Is it usually people's goals for the Tour de Fleece? What is usually people's goals for Tour de Fleece? Anything you want. Anything you want. If you are a new spinner, sometimes it's as easy as just spin 15 minutes a day. And then you develop that habit, you develop the motor skill, you improve, just practice. It's just basically a practice. There are other people who will pick a certain amount of fiber. They're like, say, I'm going to spin a pound. So, they'll pick out 16 ounces of fiber from their stash. It's just whatever you want to do, really. It's your goal. Now, there are groups on Ravelry that have challenges, and spinning challenges, and you can get on that group and do their challenge. But in fact, I think that the other thing that happens among the streamer community is we tend to get on teams. We have the streamers make their own team, and we tend to get on teams. Now, I've never had a team, but I've been on JK's Knits for You team. So, that's another thing they do, and they'll have a team goal. Maybe their goal is post every day something that you spun, right? They may set that as a goal. So sometimes the community has a goal, whatever community you're part of. I think it's all about what you want to do, right? It is. Yeah. And the idea, of course, is it all came about because while their wheels are spinning on their bikes for the tour, we're spinning our wheel, right, making yarn. That's just the connection, that's all. But I love watching that. I love seeing the scenery. I love hearing the stories, you know. The final finish always has me on the edge. In fact, I can't spend the last 15 minutes of any race if it's one of those really close ones. You get a specific athlete who is maybe a repeat winner, or is a real favorite because of the country they're in. And when they're in France, the French riders are their favorites. And just a lot of fun. I never thought I would like it, but I do. You love the idea of a treadling wheel. I don't have a ton of space though. Oh, okay. Um, yeah. Get an upright. Look into an upright. Haldanes are small. Um, there's a ladybugs are small. I mean, there are small treadle wheels. Um, so you just, like I said, if you get to that Fiber Fair and get to a booth that has a lot of wheels, that'll help. Yeah, it is. It's very heavy, but it is, you know, um, it's not. I wouldn't take it traveling or anything, but seriously, this footprint down here at the bottom, where the treadles are big, but it is about 18 by 8, 18, about 18 by 18, on the floor. So, unlike, um, yeah, and then there's always the electric. But if you really want a treadle, then that defeats that purpose. But the standard style of spinning wheel that is kind of long and has the wheel over here and the orifice over here, I call them Sleeping Beauty wheels, but you know what I mean. There's a name for them. I can't think what that name is right now, but that takes up a lot more room. Looks traditional, but takes up more room. I use that wheel. I have one. I have an Ashford Traditional. I use it the least. And I'll tell you, it's not the size as much as it's the fact it's single treadle. After I got this double treadle, I just don't like single treadle wheels anymore. I really only like a double treadle. So that's the main reason I don't use the Ashford Traditional anymore too much. I have a lace flyer on it though, so sometimes when I want to spin something really thin, I'll get that wheel out. And my third wheel is a Roberta, which is a big electric. It's an electric, but it's much, much bigger than the Nanos or the EEWs. But I am flying through this fiber. It's all systems go tonight, I'll tell you. Sleepy. Woke up at 5 o'clock this morning with a thunderstorm. Lots and lots of lightning and thunder. So it woke me up. I went ahead and got up. They had said that it just depended how it came in. It could have come in a lot worse than it did with tornado threats and stuff like that. And it didn't, but I went ahead and got up because they had predicted the possibility last night on the weather. So yeah, I'm starting to be really kind of sleepy. It's spinning so nice, this signal. Did I show what everybody? I can't remember. This is what I'm going to apply it with. And you can see multiple colors there. This is what was in a Advent fiber box where there were 24, actually there were 48 because there were 2 of each color, but there were 24 colors in Rologs. And hi, Knots and Stitches. I thought a nice neutral color it's gonna look really good. How are you this evening, Knots and Stitches? You doing okay? Mass Bandit, are you cross-stitching tonight? I didn't bring it in with me. I've been knitting on, I started it on Tuesday morning stream where I was making a fingerless mitt and using another fingerless mitt for the pattern as far as following what they did on that one for the pattern, and I got one done. It's snug. It's going to be warmer, I think, than the commercial one that I'm copying. I'm going to be discarding the commercial one. It's just, I worn it to the point where it doesn't look good anymore, so I'm going to get rid of them. I'm using hand spun yarn for that. You're a bit tired tonight? Mass Bandit's working on her homework. I forgot about that. Your cross-stitching days have been cut short, haven't they? Cold front's making your knees hurt. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, and yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. right, stretch break time. We're halfway. Oh, I think I've been slumping my back. Oh, goodness. Need to sit up straighter. Let's see if I can do that. I have on my desk here, I have a New Yorker calendar, page a day. Okay, not everybody gets New Yorker cartoons, right? Oh, I have fiber on the floor here. Their humor is subtle, different, sometimes a little dark. I don't know. But on Valentine's Day, I took it off and I put it on my computer over here. On Valentine's Day, they had 3 Valentines Valentines for coffee. Okay, on the front it says, "To caffeine. I wish I could give you a hug. You're my very favorite drug. Let's never part." And then the middle one says, "For my darling cup of joe. Hot or iced, perked or drip, I was yours from the very first sip. It was meant to be." And then the third one just says, "Java. Without you in my life, without you, my life would be a disaster." I'm sorry, it's a fine print. I'm having a little trouble reading this. "Without you, my life would be a disaster. With you, my heart beats a little faster." Be mine. And unfortunately, since I hadn't been taking the days off, I didn't find that until tonight, so I missed reading that on Valentine's Day when I was on Valentine's Day on Tuesday. But I missed reading it then, so that's the way it goes. need chocolate. I wish I'd brought some chocolate in with me. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to Florida. Just warm weather. It's going to be nice. It's not by the water. It's Central Florida, but still. I like Florida in the wintertime. I've been there in the summertime. I can tolerate it, but I don't end up going outside, just like here, really, because of the heat. You going to visit your dad soon in Florida? It's nice. It's been about 70 every day, though. Yeah. Yeah, it's not, like, super hot. Which is what, I mean, that's perfect to me. Lots of traffic, though. Especially if, like, we happen to hit spring break. Yeah, it's always a lot of traffic, seems like. And I won't fly. I hate to fly. So I drive it. Mass Bandit says, I've been to Florida twice, once in December, and I was wearing shorts and t-shirts, and people were wearing winter jackets. Yes, that's Florida people. And I forgot the other time of year I was there, it was for a job interview. Oh, okay. You are so right about that. And, my mom lived down there almost 30 years, and she was a skinny little thing. She was always cold if the temp went below 70. Have to have her sweater on and wear a jacket. As she got older, though, she was less active. You know, so not being active and moving around is another part of it, too. That makes it, you do get chillier if you're not moving around. Knott says the only time you went to Florida was September of 2021, and hubby and I went to Disney. Yay! Yeah. When I was young and I had my daughter, my husband of the time, sister, and her husband worked for Disney. And he was pretty close, my husband was pretty close to his sister, so when they moved to California, we moved to California to be with family there. So I not only got to do a number of things at Disneyland out there. Disney World is in Orlando, right? I think I got that right. Anyway, my daughter actually got to be in one, when she was 6 years old. She actually got to be in one of their shows at Disneyland. So she ended up with a, let's see, her cousin was Alice in Wonderland, and she was, oh man, can't remember the other fairy tale character. But anyway, they were both the same age, and each had their costumes. It was adorable. Yeah, good memories. But I have been to the Florida Disney World a number of times. I think my favorite was we went in December, close to the New Year, because they were in 1999, because they were holding a Millennium Parade. You remember? Remember in 1999, and they didn't think, they thought the whole world was going to collapse when it turned over to 2000. That all the computers were going to crash, and But Disney did a Millennium Parade, and it was awesome. It was at night, so it was all about lights and sparkles and fire, and it was amazing. So, anyway, that was my best memory of Disney. Yeah, I know, Mass Bandit, I know. And it was so neat. It was just so neat to see. Snow White. What did I say? Snow White was one of the characters. I can't remember who wore what. And the other one was with White Rabbit, Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. Yeah, my daughter was Alice in Wonderland. She had the blue dress with the white over thing. And her cousin was Snow White. You were programmer analyst, then you were going to get blamed for the whole world crashing. Yeah. Did you feel like you knew better? Or were you kind of like, I wonder if that's just going to happen? Oh, man. You thought people were nuts. You knew it was going to be okay. Oh, good. Yeah. I had the same feeling that New Year's Eve as I've had every single New Year's Eve. It's just another night and another day coming. You found 3D printer files? Nuts. Is that what you're saying? Okay, are they like the nanos? Okay, so for those of you who are not, I think everybody's pretty familiar with it. These are called nanos, and that's 3D printed. All of that is 3D printed. And the bobbins, I think they are too. They look like this. I'm almost positive they're 3D printed. Not an e-spinner, a treadle wheel. You said treadle wheel, but, I was like, okay, wow. Okay. Are you, oh, she can't. Put it in my Discord if you want. Are you, Knots, are you on my Discord? What am I trying to say? Are you, real familiar with 3D printers? Here's my question. Maybe somebody else knows too. I always associate it with plastic. That what gets printed is plastic. But my understanding is it could be wood. But I'm not sure I'm correct in that. Or maybe a wood and polymer mixture. Okay, so it's plastic. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Are are you on the Discord? And the only reason I can't go and just change and let you post I've got it set up so spammers can't post links, and I cannot. I'm honestly, I've looked a couple times. I can't find where they shut that off to shut it back on, to put it back on, turn it back on again. It's somewhere in a Discord setting, I think, or in a this setting, but it's not in this. They have this thing called, let's see, what's this thing said? Thank you, because I'll enjoy looking at that too. I got it. I found it. I just found it. I just turned off the. We'll see how it goes. I just turned off the. So you all can post links now, supposedly. They sell completed kit on Etsy for $200 if you don't want to print and assemble your own. Oh, wow. that's a nice entry price, I'll tell you. There's a wood filament, which is basically sawdust mixed with plastic, yeah. But it does bad things to the printer. Oh, yeah. So they're making it in pieces and then assembling it. Where's my Discord? I gotta go look at this too. Thingiverse.com. Oh, that is cool looking. Let me Let's see here. I'd love. I can't see the orifice. Wait a minute. There's more pictures. Okay, I can say I could do without the blue. I like the brown and tan one better. It's got bearings. There's the. Oh, that's not bad. Look at the big drive band, though. Huh. Let's see the other side of the orifice. I don't know if they'll show me or not. Probably not. What is that? Blue. How interesting. Hubby'd take a look at that and he'd say, man, that's cheap looking. That's the way he is. Guitar Nut says, oh. Oh, you're talking about Guitar Nut. You're talking about wood filament. Shipping for all the pieces is cheaper than shipping an assembled wheel. Well, that makes sense. And Guitar Nut says, my nozzles are brass, though. And you can choose 2 colors. I saw that. Doesn't seem to do bad damage, just increase wear on the replaceable parts. Yeah. Very interesting. Something new every day, isn't there? Where do you see about the Etsy kit? Oh, there we go. Maybe. Yeah. Oh! Now... Oh, okay. That gold one on Etsy just doesn't have the foot pedals on it. It's a real interesting design to make that wheel go around too. It's a bar that does it. Oh, Guitar Nut, that's cool. Wood filament succulent plants. Did you put the cactus in too? For all your friends last year for Christmas. That's nice. That sounds good. This person sold 1,494 of them. Costs $20 to ship. Oh wait, is that assembled or? Huh. 200 is easier amount to spend than 5 or 2,000. I know. I agree. No, it's like I said, it's a fantastic entry wheel. And then give it a while, and there'll be a used market, because there will be people that get very serious about spending and then decide to go ahead and upgrade, right? It was a bring your own plant gift. You were out of a job. Well, hey, I think it's fantastic. Bring your own plant. The 6.0 costs more than 200? Wow. I didn't realize that. Of course, it's better, more sturdy and everything. It's better than the Nano. But oh man, I tell you, I'm happy with what I got, but I'm really also very, very happy that the in the I'm going to say industry. It's not really what I want to say. Craft. The craftsmen are keeping up with the times. By using what's available. They're not insisting that we stick with the traditional styles, or um, whether it's electric or treadle. I just, they're being creative, and the craftsmen are coming up with some really interesting designs. I saw a wheel made entirely out of aluminum. It was exorbitantly expensive. The person was handcrafting each one. So, that's a way to go if you want to go that way and you have the money. But sort of like getting a Amos Alden wheel or somebody famous or something like that. But your 6.0 was 300 almost 2 years ago. Wow. I didn't realize that. Well, okay. I mean, true confession. I paid 500 years and years and years and years and years ago for my electric Roberta. And this Aura was just a little over 1,000. The only inexpensive wheel I had was the Haldane, and I sold it because I couldn't stand the tiny little bobbins. And my very, very old Ashford traditional was inexpensive by today's standards, because I got it in the 70s, right? So I don't know what they are now, but a good tool in any craft, any skill, a good tool that's going to get years of use is worth money, is worth paying for, right? It's almost 300 shipped right now. Yeah. The traditional antique styles will always have a place, but new and innovative designs and materials will always be cool. That's what I'm trying to say. You just said a very succinct way of what I've been bumbling around trying to say. Are you asking me? Anybody give their wheel choices. That, this is why I say try them out. It's a preference thing. I have no idea what to tell you, because some kind of depends if you think you want more of a certain kind of yarn than others. I bought this because of the big wheel. The big bobbin. That was purely my deciding factor. Plus, I like the design and the wood and everything, but that was the main reason. I had been spinning on the Haldane, which was tiny bobbins, and the Roberta, which was medium-sized bobbins, and there's nothing wrong with it. You just end up with 5 skeins, in your pound of fiber instead of 2. It's just a quantity thing. That's all it is. Now, it also depends on how you spin, what you feel comfortable with. Some people like a spinning wheel that really has a lot of resistance and pull in, because you spin against it, right? You use that to do the drafting. I'm that kind of spinner. Some people don't like that. They want the wheel to just hardly pull it in at all. And some of that is adjustable and some is not, right? It has to do with where the drive bands are. If the drive band is directly on the bobbin, you're going to have a lot of pull-in. If the drive band is not on the bobbin at all, it's only on the flyer, you're going to have less pull-in. If you like pull-in, that's something to keep in mind. If you don't like pull-in, that's something to keep in mind. So that there is a little bit of choice that way. This is a hybrid, right? It is not on the bobbin, but it also does not have the pull in, because they have this pulley assembly back here. Let me tip this a little bit so you can see. See how the drive bands have 2 places to go? And they have 2 places on this wheel down here too, if you can kind of see. So this is a hybrid. And you're supposed to be able to get different spinning speeds and pull-ins and all that by moving these bands on those different slots. I rarely do. I control the thinness by how much I draft. I get comfortable with the drafting, and then allow more to go for a thicker yarn and single, and less pulled out more. And that's what woolen and worsted is. So, and that changes the gear ratio of the spin. Yes, yeah. I'm going to move this now so we can talk about this a little better. And move that. Okay. So this one is only, it never moves. It's your basic drive band. This one, this goes large, medium, small, and this goes small, medium, large. So you can have it on large and medium, large and small. You can have it on small and large, small and medium, small and small. That's where you're getting all your ratios. It is a pretty cool design. But I am not a ratio spinner. I don't pay attention to ratios or anything like that. Like I say, I'm more of a I'll spin what the fiber wants to, and I'll spin what I can do with the fiber, right? As opposed to the people who are technical spinners and like to say, yes, I spin at this ratio. I spin this kind of yarn at this ratio. You didn't know there were people like that? It's customizable to your preference. It is, but I don't do it very much. Also, I am noticing I have not replaced these bands in all these years. See how they are very, very loose. You can't see that, but they're actually not very tight. Oh, and this, oops, it's not in the camera. Well, this is where you adjust this here raises, tightens, and that will affect the draw end. That's the way you adjust the draw end. All right, I gotta get going here again. So every wheel is different in how that mechanism works, right? So it's something to be a little familiar with when you're actually trying them out. And that's what I meant when I said anybody who is selling them ought to know, they may not, but they ought to know how the wheel works, and they can be telling you, yes, you turn this to adjust your tension and your pull in and that kind of stuff. In the meantime, you're picking up your spinning skills. When it comes right down to it, the wheel you get is the wheel that you feel the most comfortable spending the money on, right? I am fading fast. I don't know that I'm going to be stay on much longer here. You're off to get dinner. Okay. I will see you whenever in the Twitchiverse. It's been great chatting with you. Love talking about spinning. Oh, my camera needs fixed. I'm not in the camera here now. There we go. Ow. I just hit the flyer. I think this is the last bit I'm going to do here. Well, Knitter, I thought you had moseyed on. I just want you to know that I enjoy your spinning conversation and information. Thank you. Thank you, Knitter. I appreciate you saying that. Really. I love sharing about spinning. Knots and Stitches says, definitely an interesting project if I can convince hubby to buy the hardware and a friend to print it out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I don't know, do you think it'd be hard to get those bearing hardwares and that kind of stuff that isn't printed, you know? I don't know. Trip to Home Depot or equivalent, and Amazon should do it. There's been times hubby's had, I've helped him search for stuff on Amazon when, you know, that hardware type stuff that he couldn't get locally for something he was doing around here. A lot of times, I think it might have been for our riding mower. Something he was doing on the riding mower. It's going to take me a long time to apply this yarn. It's going to be a lot of yardage here. All right. I am going to go take a look at Twitch. I don't think I'll raid. Usually it's people gaming this time of night. Atomic Stacy's on. What's she up to tonight? Oh my gosh, Sock Madness started? Has it? It has.
14. All right, so this row and then one more. And then we fold this cuff down, get this.
Oh no, I have to go knit. Oh dear. Oh dear. The qualifier's out. I was gonna look that up earlier today and I didn't. Alright. I must go do that and look. When this camera is not there. I have to go do that. I will be back Sunday afternoon. Maybe knitting a sock. I hope not. I don't know how. We usually have 2 weeks, but I have to at least get the qualifier done. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. What a wonderful evening this was. I sure enjoyed all the chat tonight. It was great. Thank you for all being here and hanging out with me. And I'm hoping to see you soon. And I am not going to raid. I am just going to say, have a good night, sleep, stay safe, stay warm, stay well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.